The second your VW starts acting up, one warning light, a weird vibration, a little oil disappearing, everyone jumps to the same line. German cars are unreliable. But here's the truth. Most Volkswagens don't die because they're German. They die because of owner habits and bad shops that throw parts at the problem instead of diagnosing it. Today, I'm breaking down 7 common mistakes that quietly turn a solid VW into a money pit. And if you catch them early, you can save yourself a lot of stress and a lot of money. Mistake number 7. Stretching oil changes or using the wrong oil spec. Let me end with the mistake that quietly destroys Volkswagen engines more than anything else: delaying oil changes or using the wrong oil just because the bottle says fully synthetic. This is where people say, "Bro, it's German reliability. These cars are sensitive." No, your VW isn't sensitive. Your VW is precise. And precision engines don't forgive dirty oil, wrong oil, or long intervals, especially if you drive in traffic, heat, short trips, or you have a turbo. Here's what's actually happening when you stretch oil changes. The oil breaks down, it stops protecting like it should, and deposits start building up. That buildup doesn't look dramatic at first. You won't see smoke, you won't hear a loud sound. But inside the engine, it's slowly restricting oil flow, increasing wear, and stressing the turbo and timing components. Then, one day, you get the classic VW storyline: a warning light, rough idle, loss of power, and suddenly you're chasing coil packs, plugs, sensors, spending money, while the real damage started with oil. And the worst part? Bad shops make it worse. They'll tell you, synthetic is synthetic, don't worry. That's a trap. Volkswagen cares about the exact oil specification, not just the type. The wrong spec can mean the oil doesn't handle the heat and shear the way your engine needs it to. So even if you change it on time, you're still wearing things out faster. So here's the simple rule if you want your VW to stay strong. Use the correct VW-approved oil spec. Don't stretch intervals if your driving is harsh, and check your oil level. Because some VWs do consume oil, and owners don't notice until it's too late. Remember this line: oil is cheap. Engines are not. If you fix this one habit, you'll prevent a huge percentage of the VW problems people complain about. Mistake number 6. Ignoring small coolant loss and topping up with random coolant. If your VW is just a little low on coolant again and again, that's not normal. Coolant doesn't disappear in a healthy system. A slow leak, water pump, thermostat housing, hoses, plastic fittings can evaporate before it ever leaves a puddle, so people keep topping up and driving. That's where the damage starts. Running slightly hot stresses the turbo, gaskets, and plastic parts. And one day, it turns into overheating, or a big repair bill. And please don't mix any coolant. Bad shops will say coolant is coolant. It's not. Use the correct VW spec coolant and find the leak early, because small coolant loss today can become an engine problem tomorrow. Mistake number 5. Driving with misfires and rough running and calling it normal. If your VW starts doing any of these, rough, idle, shaking, hesitation, jerks under load, EPC light, flashing check engine light, and you keep driving, that's a fast way to shorten engine life. Here's why. A misfire doesn't just feel bad, it changes what's happening inside the engine. When combustion isn't controlled, you get extra heat, unburnt fuel, and uneven stress on pistons, valves, and timing components. Over time, that can wash oil off the cylinder walls, increase wear, and in worse cases, it can overheat things that were never designed to take that kind of abuse. And this is where people accidentally turn a small issue into an engine issue. They ignore it, and keep driving because the car still moves. Then a shop starts guessing parts, plugs, coils, injectors, without proper diagnosis. Meanwhile, the engine keeps taking damage every time it misfires. The right move is simple. The moment you feel consistent roughness, stop calling it normal. Get it scanned, identify the root cause, and fix it early. Because on a Volkswagen, driving with misfires isn't just annoying, it's how a cheap fix becomes an expensive engine repair. Mistake number 4, driving hard before the engine is warmed up. This is one of the quickest ways VW owners shorten engine life without realizing it. Starting the car and immediately driving like it's already warm. Hard acceleration, high RPM, boost, quick overtakes. When a VW engine is cold, the oil is thicker, oil pressure and flow haven't fully stabilized, and metal parts haven't expanded to their normal operating clearances. On turbo VWs, it's even more serious because you're asking the turbo to spin fast and build boost, while lubrication is still catching up. That extra load when everything is cold increases wear on internal parts over time, and it shows up later as oil consumption, noisy timing components, turbo issues, and overall engine feels tired. The fix is easy and it costs nothing. Don't floor it right after startup. Drive normally and smoothly for the first few minutes. Keep RPM reasonable and let the temperature come up gradually. Gentle driving warms the engine properly and protects it far better than aggressive driving on a cold start. Mistake number 3, cheap fuel plus ignoring carbon buildup, especially on TSI engines. A lot of VW owners try to save money at the pump and end up paying more at the workshop. Running low-quality fuel, constantly driving on low RPM, and ignoring early symptoms can cause carbon buildup and poor combustion on many VW engines, especially TSI/direct injection setups. Here's what happens. Direct injection engines don't wash the intake valves with fuel the same way older engines did. Over time, deposits can build up on the intake side, airflow gets restricted, and the engine starts to feel off. Hesitation, rough idle, weak pickup, worse mileage, random misfires. People blame German reliability, but it's often simply the engine struggling to breathe and burn cleanly. Then bad shops make it worse by throwing parts at it, plugs, coils, injectors, without addressing the real issue. The smart approach is, use good quality fuel. Don't baby the car at ultra-low RPM all the time. Keep up with maintenance. And if you're getting symptoms like rough idle or misfires, diagnose properly instead of guessing. Because when carbon buildup gets bad, it doesn't just hurt performance, it can turn into repeated misfires and expensive engine headaches. Mistake number 2, overheating it even once and thinking it's fine now. This is a big one. The moment your VW starts running hot, temperature climbing, coolant warning, fans screaming, and you keep driving just to reach home, you're gambling with the engine. Overheating doesn't always blow the engine instantly. What it often does is weaken it. Excess heat can warp surfaces, stress the head gasket, damage seals, and make plastic cooling parts brittle. Even one serious overheat can start a chain reaction. Later, you'll see oil mixing issues, repeated coolant loss, rough running, or mystery leaks that never fully go away. That's why people say, it was fine after that day, but then problems started. If your VW overheats, the professional move is simple. Stop, let it cool, find the cause. Don't just top up and continue. Fix the leak, the water pump/thermostat issue, the fan problem, whatever it is, before you drive it hard again. Because with engines, overheating is not a small event. It's often the moment a reliable car becomes an unreliable one. Mistake number 1, ignoring oil level, not just oil changes. This is the #1 engine killer mistake on Volkswagens. Owners change the oil on time, but never check the oil level in between. Here's why that's dangerous, especially on turbo VW engines. Many VWs can consume oil depending on mileage, driving style, heat, and even the engine design. Sometimes it's normal consumption, sometimes it's the start of a bigger issue. But if you don't check the level, you won't catch it early. The engine keeps running with less and less oil temperature rises, lubrication drops, and wear speeds up everywhere. Bearings, turbo, timing components, everything. And it doesn't give you a polite warning. A lot of people only realize when they hear noise, feel power loss, or the engine starts knocking. Then it's too late, and the repair isn't maintenance anymore, it's engine work. So here's the simple habit that saves engines. Check your oil level regularly, especially before long drives, and don't wait for a dashboard message to tell you. If you top up once and it drops again soon, don't ignore it. Find out why, because oil changes are important, but running low on oil even once can do more damage than a slightly late oil change ever will. So those were the 7 VW mistakes that destroy your engine. And the good news is, every single one is avoidable if you catch it early and maintain the car the right way. Now I want to hear from you. Which mistake do you see people doing the most? And comment your VW model plus engine plus mileage, because I'll reply with the one maintenance tip that matters most for your setup. If this video helped, hit like, subscribe, and share it with one VW owner who needs to see it. Because oil, coolant, and small habits are cheap. Engine repairs are not.